Scorpio Ophiuchus, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast for March 14th through the 20th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link because the signs are different. All right, so Scorpio and Ophiuchus, this week we're in the first quarter phase of this solar eclipse cycle. We just had that solar eclipse last week, so there's been perhaps some new insights, new things coming in our life, but specifically old things leaving, and where we can create change in our life. Now, this has been specifically involving your fourth house of your home or family or your health, depending on your personal charts, as well as your roots and reflecting on your past and learning about that and changing perspectives that may have been in the past. And also on your fifth house, too, of your creativity, your self-expression, your playfulness, reflecting on that with the South Node, where you can make change so that you can enjoy more of this simple pleasure of life, of expressing yourself, of tapping into your inner child in that healthier sense. So still great to reflect, but it is an action week in the first quarter. So implementing, again, some of these new insights. Now, the week does start off with your ruler Mars squaring up to Venus. So the key with this one is that you guys might be feeling like it's actually an easier aspect because Venus is a benefic and this is just naturally a ruler. So you might be feeling like connecting to that home, that family, your health, your roots, and I think that's fantastic. To keep it nice and grounded, nice and balanced. And maybe there are some things you can take action on that you might actually enjoy, in fact, this week, involving those areas. So something to think about with that. Now, your Mars just recently went into your first house, so you guys are more perhaps driven, more assertive. It's been a very nebulous, more spiritual time previously, like before last week. Even though it's a very spiritual time for all of us, you have the energy, you have the momentum, you've got that assertiveness at least available. And although a lot of that's quite serious, which is Saturn, making sure you're really disciplining those responsibilities in your life, you should find that this is another week where you can continue to assert yourself, pursue your goals in life. Again, with tact, with balance. And I think that's something Venus is showing you, so to speak, early this week. But the assertiveness and pursuing your goals can be a great source of motivation for you. Now, Mercury is going to be opposing up to that Jupiter here Monday and Tuesday. So this is specifically with balancing the life path, which is shifting for your career or your legacy or anything on that public level, which is that 10th house, balancing that with the personal life. Again, the home, family, or your health. It's important not to go to any extremes with this. And in order to have one, we need the other. And this is the future. It's the 10th house. It's a lot of this future-oriented energy about your chart. But then it's also suggesting solidifying that with your roots, with your past, understanding more about that. And so if you're feeling the extreme, it'll depend on your personal charts where there's more of an emphasis. But if you're feeling more of the emphasis towards that 10th house, the achievement right now, remembering that personal life, remembering that balance with health, and vice versa. If you feel like there's a lot of attention right now in terms of your home or your family and personal life, remembering that this time period is shifting for you to cultivate this legacy, this career, further it. You're still learning a lot about it, so it's not totally launch time, and it's the very early phases of this shift. But this is the new life path shift, which is where you can have more of that playfulness, more of that joy and fun, which is Leo, when it comes to your career or legacy. Now, I say legacy versus just career because it's not always for profit, but it can be, and it often is, right? The exchanges of the marketplace. But in either case, whatever you feel like you're going to leave behind in this life, or whatever it is you're going to do productively, I think these are great things to reflect on and balance that with your personal life. Now, Saturn's right in the middle, squaring all this, which is saying make sure you are assuming healthy responsibility, watching any over extremes with that too. Sometimes with Saturn in the first, we feel like taking on more responsibility than is rightfully ours. And sometimes it's not enough, and then we got to pick up the slack. So whatever it is, healthy responsibility can really go a long ways, specifically with your image, your goals, anything that you're actively involved with, and that will help ground and balance these points. In fact, help build it, because it's all part of this T-square. Now, Pluto is sextiling the whole mix, so while there's things changing with your values, as there has been for many years, changes to your self-esteem, your self-worth perhaps, but really stepping into your power to make change there and really be grateful for what you have in life too. That is a very strong support this week, and it's been a very strong support. Pluto's been very well aspected to this eclipse energy. Now, Pluto trining up to Jupiter, suggesting that you can make that change this week. Although, again, it's reflective. There are active things that can be done or moved forward with, involving the legacy, involving the career, productive stuff. And it is an excellent week for that. But being adaptive, trying new things, experimenting. We're in the middle aspect of this. All right, because Jupiter's retrograde. Now, Thursday, Mercury is going to go over that south node, go over Chiron. So for you Ophiuchuses, you could be feeling a bit mental or communicative this later part of the week, which is good. Good for reading, writing, sharing, communicating, etc. But for both of you, there's this energy now of reflecting on specifically your mind, maybe even friends, maybe even the deeper aspects of life, maybe home and family or your past, and maybe even your self-expression. So it's a good time for all of us to go through a sort of reflection here around Thursday in these areas. Where, again, can there be change in those areas? Where can you maybe do some healing with those areas? And you're going to probably find that shifting into a new direction. Well, nothing new in terms of what's already been going on, but your mind's going to shift where I think it has been on your roots, your foundations in life. You're going to notice that into the weekend, you'll probably start to think more about this creativity or this self-expression, expressing yourself. Maybe even doing some hobbies, some interests. And that's where you can really be gaining a lot of energy right now because you got your sun in the 5th. It's a lot of energy to be gained through those interests in life and learn still. Then the weekend tops off with Venus conjoining up to Neptune. So it can be a very nice weekend for connecting to the present moment with home, with family, with your health, with your body, reflecting on the past in a healthy sense so that it can teach you about the future, about yourself, but enjoying, I think, just the more personal life is what this is all about over the weekend. If you feel any doubt or uncertainty about it, it's all about living in the present moment. It's guiding you into a new direction. That's what Neptune's teaching you. Could also be more sensitive with relationships. Venus rules your 7th house and your 12th house, so it could be good to get some alone time. All right, it could even be slightly dreamy or romantic on that relationship level. So it's good to stay nice and grounded with it, but at the same time, allow the relationships to just kind of, within reason, guide you and see where they take you, see where the thoughts take you, see where the relationship energy takes you. But really connecting to compassion and sensitivity with your emotions is what this is really all about. And in that way, you are finding that peace, because that peace right now is found in the emotional body. It might be found at home, might be found with family, etc. All right, Scorpio and Ophiuchus, have an excellent week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next week.